desire attains nirvana, which is supreme peace, liberation.
Nigga, you know how to shoot.
Nirvana means
I said the
Sanskrit,
talk. I hope we
blow
don't
out.
talk this shit away. Nah, man, fuck that talk.
That is, exhale the breath. The opposite, desire, is to breathe in. Now, if you breathe in and hold it,
Go ahead, crack that bit, bro.
you lose your breath. But if you breathe out, it comes back to you. So the principle here is, if you want life, don't cling to it. Let go. But the problem is, if I desire not to desire, is that not already desire? How can I desire not to desire?
Because of the flow. See, I don't mean
How can I surrender myself
But you know what?
when
You
myself
can
is
tell though, it's a
precisely
little unlevel. This side right here is unlevel. This side right here is.
to cling to life, to continue to survive? I can see rationally that by clinging to myself I may
I
strengthen
don't hear
myself.
nobody talking, man.
I may be like a person who has a
That's why
bad
you not no
habit,
knowledge now.
as a result of which he is committing suicide.
You like to
He
be
knows
told what
that,
to do
but
instead of
can't
listening.
give it up. Because
You want to
the
pocket it
means of death are so sweet.
because you don't want to hear. Let me show you how to observe and
So
Laws of the
it all
universe.
comes down to this basic
get
question.
you in pockets, nigga.
The human beings have for a long, long time been concerned about transforming.
Yeah, all
their
them
minds.
bitches leaning over there though.
Yeah,
That's
all
kind
right.
of throwing the
Is
table
there
off.
any way in which one's mind can be transformed?
Yeah, let's recrack it, bro. Let's
Or is
let's
it simply
remove
a
it.
process which is nothing more
Look
than a
like
vicious
it's on
circle?
hill.
Yeah, let's
I
hold
could
on. Let's
ask,
see,
why
let's
have
see.
you come here this
Gotta do it.
afternoon?
We're gonna have to, bro.
Cause it's leaning that way.
What
Hold
were you
on,
looking-
now you know what?
Corner cut. Turn it this
Turn it this
Would it
way.
be
Yeah,
too
yeah.
presumptuous of me to say that you were looking for help? That you hoped you would hear
Bring it
someone
over here.
Yeah,
who had something to say that would be of help and relevance
Alright, we're good. They even.
to you
they gonna
as
come.
members
If anything, they gonna come down.
of a world which is running into the most intense difficulty. A world beset
We gotta re-wrap
by a
it.
complex
Where the
of problems,
rack at?
any one of which would be bad enough. But when you add together all the great political, social, and ecological problems with which we are faced, they are enormous. And one naturally says, the reason why we are in such a mess is not
We hit the beam, bro.
simply that we have the wrong systems
Where's that?
for doing
I said,
things,
you don't put the beam
whether
on the
they
black.
be technological, political, or religious.
Black.
But we have the wrong people.
Ain't no
The
bottom.
systems may be all right, but they are in the wrong hands because we are all, in various ways, self-seeking, lacking in wisdom, lacking in courage, afraid of death, afraid of pain, unwilling really to cooperate with others, unwilling to be open to others. And we all think that's too bad. It's me that's wrong. And if only I could be the right person. Is this man going to tell me something that will help me to change myself so that I will
Just
be
tap
a
the
more
door.
creative and cooperative member?
Cause it look like
of
we
the
gonna
human
lean that
race?
way.
I would like to improve.
Yeah, cause the hill. It's on a hill.
So in so many people's minds and from so many different angles, there is this urgent feeling that I must
That's
improve
my God.
me.
Must go.
And this is
Let's
critically
see how we
important
gonna play it.
because it's obvious that, at least it's superficially obvious, that the way things are, we are going to hell fast.
Side pocket right.
Now in this question, can I improve thee?
Damn, I barely tapped that bitch. I barely tapped it because I see how it's leaning a little bit.
That if
And
I
then wanted
am
to go
indeed
smack into the wall because I knew it was gonna do that. I fucked it up.
the person who's going to
See
do the
how-
improving is the
That's
one
how
who
I
needs
know.
to be improved.
14 cone.
And there immediately we have a vicious circle. All right. You want grace.
We gotta find a way how to put
Well,
this shit.
ask
Yeah,
God,
now-
He'll give it to you.
We're gonna have to straighten
And
the legs
those
out.
will tell you, yes, God gives His grace.
I'm gonna
freely.
break this up right up here.
He gives it to all because He loves all.
Right.
It's here like the air. All you have to do is receive it. Or a
Break this
more
shit up.
Orthodox, a Catholic Christian would say, all you have to do is to be baptized, to take the holy sacrament of the altar, the bread and wine, the body and blood of Christ, and there is the grace right there. And it's given by these simple physical means so that it's very easily and readily doable.
I hate it to it. They keep leaning back.
Well, a lot of
bro.
people
Yeah.
don't have
What
it.
the fuck, man?
And it doesn't always
Why this
take.
shit leaning like that, dog?
People
This
fall
shit
from
making me wanna
grace.
sleep.
Yeah.
Why do they? You see, we're just talking about the same old problem, but we put it a
I see
step
how
up.
we gotta play
But it's the
better.
same problem. How can I improve myself? Was the first problem. The second problem is, how can I accept grace? They're both the same problem. Because you've got to make a move,
Almost no cigar.
which will
I'm
put
gonna take
yourself
that
out
shot.
of your own control.
Huh?
Into the
I'm gonna
control.
take that shot.
Yeah,
Are they
I
better?
want to take my easy side.
Yeah,
If you don't
thank you
believe
for
in
setting it up.
the Christian kind of a God, you can believe in the Hindu kind
Wait,
of a God.
nigga.
It's your inner self. You see, you've got a lower
You have to
self,
break
which you
this
can
up
call
right
your
there so
ego.
they close.
That's that little scoundrel stuff that's always out for me. But behind the ego there is the Atman, the inner self, the inward life, as Quakers
Which will?
Oh,
real
solid.
self, the
Let
spirit,
me get
which is
10
substantially identical
Word.
with God. So you've got to meditate in such a way that you identify with your higher self. Now, how do you do that? Well, you start by watching all your thoughts.
I ain't got
Very carefully.
man.
Watching your feelings, watching your emotions, so that you begin to build up a sense of separation between the watcher and what is watched. So that you are, as it were, no longer carried away by your own stream of consciousness. You remain the witness, impassively, impartially, suspending judgment and watching it all go on.
I tried to science that bitch in there.
Goddamn, keep putting me over here to the
That seems to be
Nah, cause I knew that ball was gonna like.
You're taking an objective view.
Man, I can't
What's
shoot
going
that.
on.
It's all right, bro.
You're beginning
Take
to
your
be in a
time, bro.
position
Now we got to
of
turn it.
control.
Take your time, bro. Just play the game.
Who is that son?
Learn how to play games on different terrains, meaning on unlevel hill, bro. It's all
How
good,
you
bro.
gonna play on the goddamn wall?
It's interesting if you do.
By training, it's
Turn the
training.
ball back down his end.
That this
It's
is
training.
just as the
This take the game, control the game. Don't let the game control you, bro.
is nothing more than a transposition of the first
On
problem.
level, then we try to
How am
make
I to be
it.
unselfish?
It makes it harder for us to
By my
complete
own
the
power.
task, bro. I
It
mean,
becomes how am I to
figure
get
out
grace
what's
by
going
my
on.
own power.
We gotta get
So in
balls
the
a
same
certain
way,
way
we
now.
find that the watching self or the observing self behind all our thoughts and feelings is itself a thought. That is to say,
Let me look at my ends real quick, cause I got.
when the police enter a house in which there are thieves, the thieves go up from the ground
Get
floor.
that now right there, corner pocket.
On the
When the
back.
police arrive on the first floor, the thieves have gone up to the second,
Dang, I
See,
get
you hit it right
so
though.
to the third, and finally out to the roof.
Got your pocket. I mean, you
So
got
when the ego is about to be unmasked,
This ball.
it immediately identifies with the higher self. It goes up a level. Because the religious game is simply a refined and highbrow version of the ordinary game. How can I outwit me? How can I one-up me?
Ooh, I felt like a Tiger Woods that.
So,
That felt like a Tiger Woods moment. You
if
feel
my
me?
mind is on
Huh?
that in the
Why ain't got no shot? That felt like Tiger Woods. I felt like I did my science on that.
pleasures of
That was a
the
Tiger Woods shot off real.
food,
Now you holding the wall now.
I ain't tripping.
possession.
That's what I like being in the most difficult spots because then you must try to find an angle
And I think
to get yourself out of it or enough room to maneuver. So we need to make that a law. Maneuvering in tight spots or finding space in tight spots. I'm gonna take these 5 corner pockets.
They aren't the answer. So I go to psychoanalysis, you see. And then I found out that's not the answer. I go to religion. I'm still seeking what I was seeking when I wanted candy bars. I want to get that goodie.
I knew that shit wasn't gonna work.
Only I
Too
see
many
now,
cars
cars
in
material goodie.
Too many.
I felt like that was a Tiger Woods moment. That shit felt like a real Tiger Woods moment. Now I know how Tiger Woods feel when he trying to get his shit right. You
But
feel
in
me?
that quest,
No fucking shot.
the quest is not
I
different.
break this shit.
Yeah, you gotta break that wall up.
Same old story. Only you've refined the candy bar, made it abstract.
Well, you- alright, bet.
That's it, that's all.
Thank you. I knew that.
So it is the higher self. The higher self's your old ego.
That ball won't go right there.
And you sure hope it is eternal,
I did have to bust that bitch open. All my balls got
indestructible, and all wise.
spread.
Then the great problem is how to get that higher self working. How does it make any difference to what you do and what you think? I know all kinds of people who got this higher self going,
Thank you, sir.
practicing their yoga.
I guess what I'm gonna try. Another Tiger Woods moment. I'm gonna get these 4-ball corner pocket down here. 4-ball corner pocket.
Yeah, I seen you move that ball over too, boy.
And
Man, that ball is
they
at my
can
nigga.
fool themselves. They can say for
Ah, I
example,
tried to, but too
well, my
much
point of
wall.
view in religion
Oh, come on.
is very
Tight spot. You still got a shot right here.
Have
The 14.
Let me get this 14 cone.
Look, he ain't even see. He judging the shot before he even look at the board.
But I don't understand the way you people fight about it. You fight and say that we
You made that?
um,
Hold on, what pocket? You ain't called
I
pocket?
said 14 corner, bro.
have the
Man, nah, nigga.
No, I don't need that
Well, we
shit.
rub
Left
the
corner
Catholics.
down
And the Muslims say, no, it is in the Quran. And this is the right way. And somebody else gets up, and he may be a rather high price.
there. Oh, shit.
Well, God
I
has
ain't got to
given
turn that shit
spirits
off,
from
bro.
all the traditions, but ours is the most refined and mature.
Got the fan and shit. I didn't know we
Scary
got
ass, man.
And then something
Scary
else
ass.
they're all.
Boy, hard drop.
I thought I had a broke real bit.
What that is?
And
Three
it
ball
seems
corner pocket,
because
Tiger
I'm much
Woods
more
moment.
tolerant than you are.
Watch how your boy Tiger Woods is from a tight spot.
How that game is going to work,
Damn.
I could take this position.
Fuck.
Supposing you regard me as some sort of a guru. And you know how gurus they're always putting each other down. And I could say, well, I don't put other gurus down. See, that outwits all of them. People are always doing that. They're always finding a way to be one up. And by the most incredibly subtle means. So you see that, you see? And you say, I realize I'm always doing that.
What?
And tell me, how do I not do
Good
it?
10 corner.
I say, why do you want to know?
You definitely ain't getting that. That's a no-go.
Well, I'd be better that way. Yeah, but why do you want to be better?
Almost. Woo, it got there just right. Just a little bit more pressure.
I'm telling you, this nigga out there.
Now, what really made it spin was it's unleveled on the side, so the ball curving.
Yeah, I would hit that bitch a little harder. That bitch
This
would
gonna be a combination shot. I'm gonna call this a three
We are
times.
better.
Damn, I ain't got enough room.
You're gonna have to turn this bitch, bro.
Because
Nah,
the road to
bro,
hell
this-
is paved with good
Just
intentions.
fuck it. We gotta learn how to work the terrain, bro.
Because all the do-gooders in the world, whether they're doing good for others or doing it for themselves, are troublemakers.
We get 10 right
On the basis of kindly let
See,
me
I'm
know
saying you up for all your shots.
said the monkey, putting the fish safely up a tree.
15 guys.
You got like 3 shots. You got that shot.
We white
That shot and
Anglo-Saxon
that shot.
Protestants, British,
You
German,
can clean the board. You hit it right.
have been on a rampage for the past 100 or more years.
Close, but no cigar, mate. No cigar.
Giving the benefits of our culture, our
What a
religion,
way to
our
fuck it up.
to everybody.
Quarter
Except perhaps the
pocket.
Australian Aborigines.
No cigar, babe.
And we have insisted that they receive the benefits of our culture, even our political styles, our democracy. You better be democratic, or we'll shoot you. And having conferred these blessings all over the place, we wonder why everybody hates us. See, because sometimes doing good to others and even doing good to oneself is amazingly difficult.
Damn.
Good try, good try.
Good try, but that shit was a little too hard.
How do you know what's good for other people?
Let me get 15.
Too much stick.
How do you know what's good for you?
Where you going?
If you say you want to improve, then you want to know what's
Ooh,
good
he
for
tried a trick shot.
But obviously you don't.
He tried some
Because if you
trickery.
would be improved.
Damn, I gave nigga a
Gave
shot.
me a shot. If I like put it like,
It's
you
like
know what I'm saying?
geneticists. Which
I
they
hit it
do
off there
today.
because it's.
I went to a
it's
meeting
wild,
of
it's wild.
geneticists not so long ago where they
Hold on.
gathered in a group of philosophers and theologians and said, now look here, we need help. We now are on the verge of figuring out how to breed any kind of
It
human
had to be a
character
straight shot or else.
we would want to have.
15-9.
We can give you saints, philosophers, scientists, great politicians, anything you want. Just tell us, what kind of human beings ought we to breed?
Ooh, good shot. Good shot. Nice forky shot, man.
Who are genetically unregenerate.
Forky bloody
Make
shot.
up our minds what genetically generate people might be.
Where you going?
She ain't ready.
Right over there? Nah,
Because
this
I'm
ain't
afraid
gonna be
very
your
much
lucky shot.
our selection
Concentrate
of
now.
virtues
Don't be under pressure.
may not work.
Nice forky shot,
Like,
man.
for example, this new kind of high yield grain
Nice forky
which is
shot.
made, and which is becoming ecologically destructive.
Where you going?
12 corner.
12
But
come.
when we
Oh, you definitely
interfere
ain't getting
in
hurt.
the processes of nature and breed
You ain't that
efficient
good.
plants and efficient animals, there's always some way in which we have to pay for it.
Yeah.
That close. If that,
And
I'm
I
telling
can
you,
well
man.
see that eugenically
I was trying to get
produced
that
beings
Oh,
might be
you
dreadful.
might have to.
Punt your bitch, ain't it?
Yeah, you might have to punt
We
it
would
with
have
field goal.
Combination.
Plague
That's what
of
it's gonna have to
virtues.
be, combination all the way through. Oh, ain't got
You
enough
realize
room over
that?
here.
Any animal considered in
Have to
itself
make this
as
little, my little
virtuous
bow and arrow.
does its thing, but it
Oh,
follows
now my hand moved that wasn't a shot, my nigga.
No, bro, you can't take the shot.
No, I'm saying, that's a funny rule people made up. Nah, it's a funny rule people made up, bro.
You can't take the
That was
shot.
by accident, bro.
No, bro.
Nah, that don't count, bro. That's not a
I ain't not strong to hit that goddamn. If I hit the ball like
No,
that,
I'm saying if I'm trying, come on now, we gotta give you some kind of exception to this type.
no, that's how I felt. You kept talking about some goddamn like.
Nah, you was on the ball and you missed it.
Nah, nigga. Oh,
No,
yeah.
please, breed us
Ooh,
down.
yeah,
Combination, now she going, oh.
Excellent.
Yeah, you, how you gonna combination out my ball?
I said combo shot, bro.
Off your balls. You don't know what combination means, nigga? Off your
Our
balls.
need
Now, nigga, then you fouled out in the
times
beginning.
of people changes.
Nigga fouled out when I went
One
in the
time we
game.
may need very individualistic and aggressive people. At another time,
What it is?
we may need very cooperative. team
Some
people.
you ain't gonna get.
Another time we may need people who are full of interest in dexterous manipulation of the external world. At another time, we may need people who explore into their own psychology and are interested.
Damn.
I was finna say, you
There's
can
no
get
doubt.
that shot if you hit that
The
bitch, right?
more varieties and the
Damn,
more
hold on, where we
skills
going?
have,
Where we
the
at?
better.
These don't have
So
no
you see, here
shot.
again,
Right
the
here,
problem
we
comes
go.
out in
You
genetics.
can't hit my ball and hit you.
Crazy as
No, you
hell.
can't, bro.
Combo, nigga.
You can't hit my ball doing that.
No, bro.
Alright, you want to see?
Hold on, you know what? I got something for you. Let me show you some magician shit.
This
Since you
is
trying to
enormous.
look, you want the shit good when you doing it, right?
I can hit combination with my ball, bro.
Let me show you how this shit
The
goes.
No, you don't play pool, man.
I got you right
The
here.
body is a very complexly interrelated organism. And if you look at the body in a superficial way, you may
Move
see
out the way.
wrong with it.
Feel me? Come on, man. I'm the God. Wave God.
Let him come.
You might say, well, spots are there, cut them off.
You know what?
So you kill the bug.
Let him
Then you
slide.
find you've got real problems.
Oh, you ain't
Because you
that
have to introduce some
that
bugs.
play on the wall. You ain't
Like
got no
bringing
shot.
rabbits into Australia.
Damn. Damn.
That stuff's going all over the place and getting out.
I hit it too hard.
Then you think, well, it wasn't the bugs
That
in the
would be a
blood, there were
perfect
bugs
shot.
all over the place. What was wrong with
Perfect
this
side,
person?
YouTube.
That his blood system suddenly became
And not too much noise in my video. I want to silent the game so the folks who haven't watched.
Therefore, what you should
He's
do
important to the
was not
culture.
an antibiotic.
You have to show respect.
Okay, so we're going to build up
You feel me?
resistance. But resistance
They haven't watched Speak.
That's a white man.
You may
That's
build
right.
up resistance
Philosophy.
to this class of bugs, but then there's another one that loves that situation. He comes right in.
You work for one.
See, we always look.
Hey, look like you giving them a lot of energy
Live beside, man. I don't wanna hear no more talking,
to the
man.
wrong
I
people.
don't wanna hear no more talking, man.
Because we have heart specialists, lung specialists, specialists, nerve specialists.
Game over.
Bounce back.
And they each see each thing from their point of view.
Oh, no. This good as gold
They
right here.
realize
This
the
is,
human body
I'm
is
good
so
at these
complicated
shots.
that no one mind can
Don't
understand.
push the ball now, I hit you, man.
Man.
Gotta watch, man. I ain't turning my back.
This
Guys got all the balls in because I was turning my back.
It's gonna be magic right here. He gonna be like, damn, he Tiger Woods that
What do you
bitch.
then do about the population problem?
No fuck
We
up,
can
cause they
stop
don't count.
cholera. The
I see you trying to
bubonic
do that ball.
plague.
Man, I'm
We're
doing
getting the
magic,
better of
man,
tuberculosis,
bro.
we may fix cancer and heart disease. Then what will people die of?
Best man, my ass, that bitch for them.
Well, it's the one living.
I ain't even
There'll
gonna
be
hit
enormous
that. I ain't even
quantities
gonna
of
hit
it.
it. I'm putting them on first.
Then we have to fix this birth thing. Pills. Then we find what are the effects, the side effects of those pills? What are the psychological effects
Get
on
clear
men and
comment,
women
man.
not
Stop
breeding
playing that.
children in the usual way? We don't know. And what seems a good thing today,
Oh,
or
damn
yesterday,
ball,
like
like to the
DDT,
side.
turns out tomorrow to have been a disaster. What seemed in the moral and spiritual sphere too, like great virtues in times past, are easily seen today as hideous evils. Let's take, for example, the Inquisition. In its own day, among Catholics, the Holy Inquisition was regarded as we today regard the practice of psychiatry.
Let me get this guy.
You see, you feel that in curing a person of cancer, almost anything is justified. The most complex operations, the most weird surgery.
Damn.
People suspended for days and days on end on the end of tubes.
I had to break that little machine and hit your back.
I'm gonna have to send the ball back down, so this is sitting up.
People undergoing shock treatment. People locked in the colorless,
I had to do it because
monotonous corridors.
ain't no shot from down here.
I ain't got no
In
shot.
all good faith, they knew that witchcraft and heresy were terrible things,
Where you going with it?
Down in the corner.
awful plagues, imperiling people's souls forever and ever. So any means were justified to cure people.
You got your shot, but you made the 8 ball before you made your shot.
We don't change.
You gotta fish that shit.
We're doing the same thing today,
Some of your.
but under different names. We can look back at those people and see how evil that was, but we can't see it in ourselves. So therefore,